Hey, what's up, family? This your boy, Mr. McGee, one half of the Born Rich Club podcast. First and foremost, I want to thank y'all for your continued support and for rocking with us, man. Right now, you're checking out another episode of the Born Rich Club podcast, audio edition, man. So make sure you like, subscribe, and comment, man. And without further ado, let's get into it.
Yo, what's up, man? It's your boy, Lando XL, Mr. 18 Pockets. You already know what's going on. Listen, man, this is another episode of Born Rich Club Podcast. Right now, Boopy is running late. He is behind. I don't know what's going on. You know, Boopy like to travel and move around real fast. But today's guest is somebody that means something dear to me as well as Nashville, Tennessee. Somebody who has shown perseverance, somebody who has been in the spotlight on both sides of the fence, from the good, the bad, the positive, the negative, whatever that we like to talk about. We talk about a guy that was from the trenches, a guy that has been incarcerated, somebody who has came home and knew his worth. That is something powerful. I like to share that to a lot of y'all, just to let you know, when you're sitting inside of a cage, sometimes you already kind of can make your mind up of what you're going to do. And this is somebody who is the definition of, I am going to come home and kick ass. I got my homie, y'all homie, my brother, y'all brother. I got Struggle Jennings in the building. What's up,
baby, man?
For sure.
Honored to be here, man. I want to start it off by just saying how proud I am of y'all, man.
For sure.
You know, I've watched y'all grow, and y'all just keep on setting the bar and lifting it up, and I'm fucking proud of you, and I'm honored to be here.
Man, sure. I appreciate that. We started the podcast. Actually, my co-host started the podcast, but it wasn't even called podcast then, bro.
Yeah.
It was like 2014.
Yeah.
Our first interview, one of his first interviews was like Lil Bree when he was like 15.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I ended up being in timeout for a second.
Yep.
And he changed my life. He called and, you know, I'm able to have a cell phone, so I'm calling him. I just want to hear some fly shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm in here with these guys every day.
Yeah.
I just want to check on my homie. And at this time, he had a restaurant. And I'm like, you know, what's up, homie? He like, man, I'm still doing the show, but I'm calling it a podcast now. That's a big deal. This is like 2017 now, so I'm on my way home.
Yep.
And then he was like, bro, I'm running through co-hosts. I'm just running through co-hosts. He's like, I ain't got nobody to stick. And in my mind, I'm gonna keep it real with you, bro. I'm looking at I'm in the streets too.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at being on camera all the time as hell nah. I ain't gonna do that, man. I'm already on parole. I'm traveling. I ain't finna be on no camera. And when I came home, the pandemic hit.
Yep.
And he was like, bro, we're going to revamp it when we can come back outside. And I want you to come on there because just the music side and being a promoter in Nashville. And he was like, bro, just give it 1 year.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it, go back to hustling.
Yeah.
But just give it 1 year. And that's when I did the 1 year home and I fell in love with it, bro.
Yeah.
And so we just been growing and growing and growing. And last year was our first big break. You know, coming in here with my man Taylor, hooking us up with the production wise.
Yeah.
Last year we've been on doing it for 4 years, but last year March was when we took off.
Yeah.
Like everything just changed our life.
You're going to say that again next year. You're going to be like, 26 was the year we took off, because you're going to keep leveling up.
Most
you know
definitely.
I mean?
Most definitely,
yeah,
man.
I love that, man.
So I do appreciate the acknowledgement and the follow up and seeing the growth.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. Let's get into some shit, though, man.
Yeah, let's do it, baby.
Let's do it. So let's start it out for the viewers, because everybody know you, right? Let's start it out with the viewers. Born and raised in Nashville.
Yeah. Born and raised in Nashville. Family from Nashville.
Mm-hmm.
I think my mama moved here when she was like 4.
Okay.
But then my dad's whole side of the family was West Nashville natives.
For sure.
From day one, you know. I think the farthest we ventured out was like Cheatham County or Hartsville.
Okay.
Because all my family grew up working the tobacco fields in Hartsville, and then they moved to Nashville for the factories in like the 50s and 60s, and kind of landed in the Nations.
Okay.
Right there, West
Shout out
Nashville.
to the nation, most definitely.
Yeah, so that's where my background mainly came from.
Okay, speaking of the Nations, where people don't understand, Nations was a rough neighborhood out west Nashville. Talk about young struggle growing up in the Nations, or just West Side, period.
Yeah, well, you know, my mom was 16 when she had me, right?
Okay.
And her dad her father-in-law that had adopted her, Waylon Jennings, the country singer. He lived in Brentwood.
Okay.
So she met my dad, old West Nashville roughneck. They met at the skating rink on Charlotte.
Charlotte skating ring. That is a classic legend spot, right?
Yeah, man. So, I look back now at the way things are, and like with my kids, I'm like, how did my parents drop me off there all weekend? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
for
the
sure.
shit I seen and did, but it's rite of passage. But so she was with my dad till she was about 4, until I was about 4, and then they split up, differences, and so we lived in Franklin for a few years in a house that my grandfather helped her with. But I'd go to West Nashville on the weekends, kind of that, I look back at it kind of like Boys in the Hood, right?
For sure.
And so I had like a bunch of friends out west. And then by the time I was 15, we had bounced around so much with my mom, because she went through a phase after my dad was murdered when I was 10. And so my mom kind of, she stepped away from the family as far as like she wanted to show them she could do it on her own.
Okay.
Because they were kind of like at it or whatever. And so we bounced around a lot. Like I lived in Hermitage, went to DuPont Tyler.
For sure.
But was hanging out at the lanes and at the Hermitage lanes back in the day. And then at one point we lived in East Nashville and then back in Franklin. And then by the time I was 15, she lost custody of me and I moved back out West Nashville with my uncle.
Okay.
My dad's brother.
Okay.
And
I'm with you. I'm with you.
yeah. So, but the Nations was such a special place because it was like, the Nations and Preston Taylor.
Not too far from each other, right?
Just right across the tracks. It's Kentucky Hill and you go over the other side and it's Preston Taylor. And so when I was growing up, it was just like a melt, because originally it was like the Nations was like low class white folks worked in the factory.
For sure.
Like it's surrounded by the factories and then the prisons,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we always kind of had that mentality. You either work at the prison, at the
factory,
work at the factory, or you end up in prison.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? That was kind of the mentality. But it was such a melting pot because like when I was coming up in West Nashville, you go down one street and we'd all be out there. A lot of guys from Preston Taylor that was with us, we'd be out there on the block hustling, listening to Tupac, cornrows in our hair, and then we go over one block and it's all our uncles listening to Leonard Skinner throwing horseshoes, selling weed. You know what I mean? It was like that real
very
normality.
different, diverse, but same vicinity.
Because when it all boils down to it, it's always been growing up in my life. What I saw, it was more classism than racism.
Most definitely.
What I mean? Because like we were all one. Like nobody where I came from cared about your color.
We wanted some money.
It was just all about, we all broke. We getting it.
Most definitely.
Like we're in the mud together.
Most definitely. And I like that you share that, because I share that when I'm out of town and I'm talking to people when I say I'm from Nashville, right? A lot of people only see Nashville as one color. And I'm like, no. I'm like, yo, bro, in the trenches where I'm from East Nashville, I'm like, no, bro, I grew up in a melting pot. We all broke.
Yep.
We ain't got time to sit and say what, your race or nothing like that.
Yeah.
We all trying to get this pack off, or we all trying to make sure our moms or our dads are eating. Like we trying to make sure, and it's either this way, like you said, either you're going to go work at this factory or you're going to end up in prison, or you're going to go work for the prison. You're going to go do something that's going to benefit you financially.
Mm-hmm.
We're not outside. We're not looking at color.
Yeah, nah.
And I tell people, like, I love being from Nashville and I tell people I love being from the ghetto part of Nashville. The ghetto part of Nashville, what raised me not to think color.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I want to ask you this, right?
Because we do got such a stigma, though.
Yeah, most definitely.
But you got a special culture here, because you got the guys like me, or like on the east side, like the Chris Whitakers and Bubba Kills, white boys in the hood, golds that were hustling, and just the whole family. Like my baby mama's family. They was just a bunch of white folks that lived in the middle of the hood.
That's it.
We didn't ever know any different like that.
Nah.
Coming from here. But we do get such a when people think of the South, they automatically think of division, separation, segregation, and racism, And I growing up and then traveling was really outside of Nashville is when I started like seeing that.
Yes, most
You know what I
definitely.
mean?
That's me.
But
Yes.
we get pinpointed for it a lot.
And that's crazy that you say that because you just hit it on the money, bro. Outside of Nashville, when I was in Alabama, Mississippi, Arkansas,
Yeah.
when I'm in these states, I'm like, oh no, I see it.
Yeah.
I don't see. They like, bro, you don't see this? I'm like, no, I don't see this where I'm from.
Yeah.
Like I'm not talking corporate Nashville. I'm talking
Yeah.
inside the ghetto. We're not racist.
Yeah, because corporate Nashville don't like none of us. Like
Exactly.
it goes back to that's classism.
Most definitely, man. Let's talk about when this struggle mind frame start becoming in the streets, the hustling, the out, like you say, on this block we all trying to get a peck off.
Yeah.
Explain that time frame in your life.
Yeah, so I can kind of pinpoint it back to like 12, right? I'd say like 12, 13 years old. We had moved out to Hermitage, and my mom was like I said, she was 16 when she had me, so she's like in her mid 20s, right? And I'm starting like middle school, and she was struggling, working 2 jobs, and she's a songwriter, so she was still trying to work on her music, and she'd wake me up every morning singing hymnals on her piano, and just such a light, but she worked so hard just trying to find a place and get ahead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
And she came for money though, right? And so I would still go and visit my grandfather Waylon and my uncle Shooter, who's we're just a year apart, but he's my uncle.
And these are the ones that's famous doing music.
Yeah. I mean, big house in Brentwood, biggest country singer in history.
Is that a mind shock to you, going from over here and then?
Yeah, so it was like I was straddling those tracks because I'd be here. I'd be at Waylon's house, and I'd see the nanny and the maid and the guard and the staff, right, and the Cadillac and the Mercedes, and but then going back to my neighborhood, the only people that had Cadillacs and Mercedes were the dope boys, right?
Yeah.
So I was always drawn towards that, and I look back at like that outlaw nature, that like, I don't want to say bad guy nature, but like even when I was a kid and we're like playing cops and robbers, I was always the robber. Or if we're playing cowboys, I'm always Billy the Kid. It was like, I think some of that is just ingrained in us.
Yeah, most definitely. Like, I don't want to play. I remember that growing up. I remember growing up.
I don't want to be the police.
I don't want to be the police. That's like, hey, bro, you got to be the police. I'm like, nah, it's like football.
Yeah.
I'm all-time quarterback.
Yeah.
I don't want to do I'm all-time quarterback. Or when we was playing cops and robbers. It's crazy. Like Taylor probably always wanted to be the cop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I won't be the person you got to chase.
Yeah.
Like for sure, man. That is a stigma. That's crazy though, man.
And so then, watching my mom struggle like that. And there were times when, I'd ask her for lunch money or something for school, and she would break down crying because she just didn't have it to give me, And then also knowing that Waylon came from nothing, right? He came from dirt floors in Texas, super poor, super poverty, and to see what he had obtained, I always felt like it was possible to have that. Like I think there was one thing that separated me and a lot of other guys is I knew that it was possible to have that because my grandpa came from nothing and he had it, and he did it against the grain.
See, that's
he was
deep
the
right
outlaw
there.
of music, of country music, So, man, and
speak on that right there. Speak on knowing, because you're right. That what separate. It's like that. It's like
hope.
You in the huddle or you outside the huddle.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of us don't have that. Like, I know what I want.
Yep. And I know it's possible.
Like, so speak on that.
Yeah. And that's something that I preach about a lot when I go back into the prisons. It's like, especially now when so many self-made millionaires didn't graduate high school. Came from nothing. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like, bro, that shit is possible. And seeing that and knowing, okay, he came from absolutely nothing. He had it hard. I mean, they would tell me stories about back in the 70s when he had the #1 country album in the world, first country artist to ever go platinum. And he was having to borrow gas money on the tour bus to get to the next show. But he persevered through all of that. And then to see him in his later years, as big as he was and as paid as he was, it was, I always had that little bit of glimmer of hope and that confidence, like, oh, I can do this too.
Yeah, most definitely.
You know, and a lot of people
You had a
don't
front row
have
seat
that.
to see that.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because then on the other hand, I had my dad who was murdered when I was 29 and never made it out the hood. And so for a long time, I thought that was going to be my fate. But I did always have that good inspiration of saying, man, Waylon did it, you know. Or even I had some family members on my dad's side that were, you know, that were hood rich. You know, I had an uncle that came from nothing, built a huge hydraulic company and got the contract for all the T-Dot trucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was multi-millionaire out of West Nashville, started in a garage. So I try to tell people now, it's like, you got to find that person in your life that their story inspires you.
No, most definitely.
And you got to latch onto that.
Most definitely.
You know what I mean? And I try to be that now. You know, I still got many times when I'm on, you know, on the top, and then times when I'm going through valleys. But I go into these prisons and I tell them, like, look, man, if you just keep moving, if you just set your sight on something, you keep moving towards it, you're going to bump into a lot of obstacles. You're going to find walls you got to climb. You're going to find doors you got to kick down. If you keep moving in that direction, you're going to get there.
No, most definitely. I want to ask you this, right? Because I heard you say when you do go and do your speaking engagements in prison, right? But somebody who been in prison.
Yeah.
Give us a moment when you're walking back in the same prison that you was in, but this time you're going to drop gems.
Yeah, I just did it for the first time. So I've been going into prisons for a couple of years now. And you walk in, you smell the smell. You know, you got to go through security. The door, when that gate clinks behind you, and you're like, oh.
And you remember this.
Man, last time I did this, I didn't come home for 5 years, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying to catch dinner tonight.
Yeah.
You know? So there's a feeling, and it's super eerie, and but it reminds you. I leave there and I have a new sense of, you know, they say don't forget where you came from, right? And I like to say I ain't never forgot where I came from, but I ain't going back. This is a good point where I get to go back in and remind myself what I overcame and what the consequences is if I go back. You know what I mean? And so as much as I'm going in to inspire those guys, it's inspiring me as well. But I just recently went back to Northeast.
Okay.
Because that's where I was up there on the mountain for a while before I went to the feds. And walked back in there, and I got to do 3 shows that day. Seeing a bunch of the same guys that I was locked up with. A bunch of my guys were in there. Same green team, same chapel. You know, they had me autograph my intake sheet. You know, they made a copy of my intake sheet and they had me autograph it. Sitting in the same room doing a concert for a bunch of guys that I was locked up with. Same room that I did all that they did visitation in, right? And remembering sitting in there and watching my kids grow up. And those little moments of just those couple hours where we'd walk around that room and go to the vending machine and, you know, and now to think, like, I've had my kids now for 10 years. I've had custody back of them. They're going to college. You know, I'm able to give that back to those guys and go, look, man, y'all know me. I was in here with y'all.
Yeah, facts.
You know what I mean?
I'd rather listen to somebody who had to be on the top bunk or the bottom bunk.
Yeah.
I'd rather listen to somebody that had to fix noodles with summer sauce and refried beans instead of me listening to somebody who went to school and they just judging me by a computer.
100%. 100%. And I'm actually flying to D.C. Monday, day after tomorrow. I'm flying to D.C. They've got me sitting on a panel, on a stage. They've invited every warden from BOP, from the federal prisons, are coming to sit down, and a group of me and a group of other guys are going to be speaking on how to help reform and change the prison system and try to get the prisons back with more programming, more opportunities for the guys, better programs when they leave. So like being a part of that, they hired the new deputy director of BOP, of Federal Bureau of Prisons, is a guy named Josh Smith that did time. and now he's the deputy director over prisons. So he's already
that's big.
He's already went in making waves, firing wardens. Like he wants to clean up the prison system and make it a place of rehabilitation and really try to give these guys better conditions, better food, better opportunity, better education. Because the reality is 97% of all inmates are coming home.
Yes, most definitely.
It's like we need to do everything that we can to reach these guys so that they come out and they can be, like I know, the one of the biggest things that this country is missing, that the kids are missing, that the women are missing, is good men.
Most definitely.
Right. And I tell these guys, I look at these guys in prison, I'm like, bro, I'm out here.
Yeah.
We need you.
Yes, most definitely. We
need y'all to come out and be good fathers, good leaders in the community, stand-up guys, good husbands, good sons.
I met some good people in prison.
Some of the best people that I've ever met in my life.
Very creative, very...
Most talented.
Yeah.
There's guys that have probably never seen the light of day that could out-sing anybody on the radio. You know what I mean?
No.
There's so much talent in there. But change is possible. And I'm glad that I'm blessed to be able to go back in there and, God gave me this testimony and let me make it through a lot of stuff that a lot of my guys didn't make it through.
Man, you're right. I'm going to tell you something, man, and I say this all the time. Now, I love when I do get, coming home and I am hard in media, right? And then I get the phone calls from the Doloites. I get the phone calls from the Lidos and Bucks, right?
Yeah.
But my biggest compliment for me is getting the phone calls from the people I was locked up with.
Yeah.
Who say, bro, you said you was going to do this.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, because these are guys who ain't going to never be able to eat a steak again. Yeah. Some of these guys, and that's my biggest compliment to me, right? So I want to ask you this. Because off camera you were saying how you knew, right, when you come home. When did that moment hit you in prison?
Well, as soon as I got in there, I started watching the world and the life that I thought that I had hustled for and worked and sacrificed to build. I watched it start crumbling. And I realized immediately I don't got no control of what's going on out there. I can send my guys down through there. I can send some money down through there every once in a while to help with bills, but that starts to wear away as the calendar ticks, right? And the only thing that I could really change and that I had control of is what I did with that time, who I became, and what I did when I came out.
Okay.
So I hit the ground running as soon as I got in there. I lost 130 pounds, got in the best shape of my life, started reading every book, got deep into the word and started studying everything that I wanted to learn that I thought would make me a better man, a better artist, a better father, a better person. And I was sitting in there, and there's been a lot of those pinnacle moments that was like, man, I can't let this keep happening. I'm watching what's happening to my kids. And as men and fathers, when we're in the streets, we like to justify our actions by saying we're doing it for the family.
For the family, most definitely.
And when in reality, the family becomes the biggest victim.
Yes.
Right? We leave our mothers without sons, our brothers without brothers, our kids without fathers, our wives without husbands. We leave everybody in our life without what a lot of times we're the backbone, and we're the one that's keeping everybody afloat and
for sure,
keeping them safe. And so we leave them just to fend for them.
Just to fend for themselves. I always tell people, so I like to say this a lot. I met a lot of guys, but I also learned what you're saying, because if I'm the top earner, and then I'm taken away, and my top earnings is illegal, and I'm taken away, I can't expect my wife, I can't expect my homeboy who is Scottie Pippen, right?
Yep.
He's looking for me to pass the ball, and a lot of times, now you're looking at him to score, and some people didn't teach him how to score. Or sometimes he may be just good at being Scottie Pippen. You can't rely on these people now. But they're relying on you still. Like you say, sending money. I met so many people that was buying cars or paying bills in prison. I was one of them, right? Not buying cars, but trying to help out, at least on bills.
For sure.
Not trying to become a bill.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
Right?
I sent money from the prison.
Just why I won't become a bill. Because if I tell people this, if you become a bill in prison, you got to understand some people don't pay their bills.
Yeah, for sure.
You'll be the bill that they'll come and say, all right, I ain't paying
You're
it.
the first one they cutting off
the top.
I can't go without lights.
No, I can't go without lights.
I can dodge your call for a few weeks.
I can dodge your phone call for about 2-3 more years.
Yeah, for sure.
So inside prison, was you sharpening your music skills?
I was sharpening every blade with music. Mm-hmm. When I first got in there, I was writing. I'm writing. Mm-hmm. And by the time I got to the penitentiary from, doing like 11 months in county jail, by the time I got to the penitentiary, I'm looking back at these raps and stuff that I'm writing. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm never going to rap these verses. This isn't really even, this isn't going to even be who I am when I walk out of here. Mm-hmm. So I said, you know what? I'm not going to write a single thing. The entire time I'm in prison, I'm going to sit here and soak it up. I'm going to work on me. I'm going to work on every other aspect. And when I get out, I'm going to tell the story.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it worked because when I got out, I had so much to say.
So much to say.
You know what I mean? And I still went back and looked at some of those early bid verses and stuff. And there's one big verse that I wrote that really held a lot of emotion and what I was dealing with that I still do every night on stage, just like a freestyle.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That one verse, every single show, I rap it because it's like a segue between two songs and it's kind of like part of the story that I'm telling. You know what I mean?
Yeah, most definitely. That's dope though.
Yeah.
That's dope. So out of all those rhymes like that, so that had to mean the most to you.
Yeah.
Something that you wrote. Okay. I want to ask you this, right? Because this can be difficult also. Struggle, right? Struggle, I remember, has always been hustling.
Yep.
Struggle, I remember, always kind of been in the cameras.
Yeah.
How do you go from that and then getting incarcerated?
It was tough. And I low-key got incarcerated because of it, right? Because I was trying to juggle being an artist and being in the limelight and in the streets, right? So there was like, by the time they finally got me, because I never got caught with anything, but I got caught up in a lot of cases. Right?
Yeah, most definitely.
Stuff. And by the time they got me, they were like, every door we kicked in, they said they got dope from you. Just because they wanted to say they got it from Struggle, because I had somewhat of a buzz in the music. You know what I mean? So it made it harder on me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes. I can see that. I can see that. Just say struggle.
Yeah. So when I got in there, it was a real crazy feeling. Like when people ask me all the time, like, how'd you feel when you got there? And I'm like, shit, I was relieved. The door clacked behind me. Of course, I'm missing the family, but I'm not having to watch my back the way I did there from the police, jack boys, whatever, going at it with other crews and shit. Like it wasn't a whole lot of shit like that in there. Like everybody knew who I was when I got in there. I didn't really have any beef in prison.
Yeah, that's me. I was just a hustler anyway. Yeah. Yes, that's me.
And I was affiliated, you know what I mean? So I had to go in there, and of course, but I've always been good to everybody. And when I hustled with everybody. You know what I mean? So it's like my paperwork was good, my name was good, so I didn't have any problems in prison. There's a lot of times where we were all out there strapped up on the yard thinking it might go down, but finding common ground is what men do, you know? And so I was able to keep the peace a lot of times while I was in there for a lot of guys. But
yeah, and that's so what the people don't know, right, is that's more than what you can ask for at times.
Yeah.
Because you are a great leader then.
Yeah.
Because I was inside with leaders that wasn't positive things.
Oh yeah.
Like I'm like, and I'm not affiliated.
Yeah.
I just got a name because I'm from East now I'm Lano, right?
Yeah.
So and I'm hustling, which was uncommon for me.
Yeah.
Memphis, Chattanooga, like they were like, damn, bro, you don't got no hustle.
Yeah.
Man, you ain't even affiliated.
Yeah.
But I shared, and not share my product, I shared a lot of my wisdom.
Yeah.
Like I pull vice lord. Man, what you doing, bro?
Yeah.
You tripping, bro.
Yeah.
Be low key. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Tell your homeboy, chill out, man.
Yeah.
Look what y'all doing. They gonna bring the green to me. We ain't gonna have nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm
And there's a value to that more than, most other things.
yeah, most definitely.
But my
All
bad.
right, we'll stop right here.
All right, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I will put you right here struggling.
Yeah.
Here joining now.
Yep. No, you good.
My bad, Lino.
How you doing, bro?
I know, struggling today.
Welcome back, y'all. We got we got our special guest today.
Yes.
Hey, yeah, man. Born Rich, man. Boopy, Mr. McGee, man.
Yeah, he's
Album coming soon.
He was on Rapper Time.
You
Yeah,
don't want me to rap.
look, I thought he was gonna be on Rapper Time. As soon as I see him, I said, I thought you were gonna be on Rapper Time. I said, but my co-host, he's on Rapper Time.
I'm on Rapper Side.
But we're gonna get into that right there. So I love what the conversation that we having. How do you feel about reality TV versus reality?
Yeah, I turned down a reality TV.
I was about to ask you that.
Yeah, a couple different situations that I had where we turned it down. We shot a couple pilots and thought about doing it, especially me coming home from prison and getting custody of the kids, and which my parole officer was like, "Don't do it, struggle." Like every client that I've had that tried to step into the reality TV world violated.
Damn.
Because it's just too much of your life. Those shows want to create chaos and drama, for the viewers to watch. I don't need nobody creating no more chaos and drama. in my life.
And first, congratulations for being a father, because you don't hear that much, being a father and getting custody, taking over, wanting custody.
Yeah, I mean, I got him out of foster care. So I came home and fought, you know what I mean? But it's been the biggest blessing of my life, and
Let me
straight.
let me ask you this though, Struggle. Like, did your woman, the woman that you're talking about, did she stay down with you, or you met her once you were
So
released?
the woman that I'm with now, was my best friend from prior to me going to prison, and
You've been fucking her a long time.
well, we were best friends, but I was in another.
best
relationship.
friends.
I say he was in a relationship. He was already in another
She was in
relationship.
another relationship. I was in another relationship. My baby mama, my ex-wife, we had 3 kids together. I had 2 from a previous. When I went to prison, she crashed hard. She got with one of my homies, ended up getting strung out on meth at first, and then went down the whole heroin
My
path.
type of woman.
Yeah. Yeah, went down the whole heroin path. And so when about halfway through my bid, my kids went into the foster care system. So then when I was coming home from prison, kids were in foster care. I fought, got them back, and then their mother died from an overdose a couple years ago.
Yeah, sorry to hear that.
Sorry to hear that, bro.
But it struck a great chord in me to where now I'm opening up rehabs across the country, going back into rehabs and talking, and as well as the prisons.
How the baby's doing now?
They're
The kid's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I when I'm on stage, I tell the story about one of my daughter's innocence. She was 5 when I went to prison. She was drugged through the mud, molested in a trap house, ended up in foster care, lost her mother to an overdose, but she graduated with a 3.9 GPA honors. She's having a baby right now with Austin Dulé, Nashville professional boxer, an incredible kid.
I be seeing you at them fights.
Yeah,
I be seeing you at them fights.
But can he fight though?
Yeah, look at Struggle shoulders.
Can you fight him?
Hell
You
nah.
can beat him up.
Nah, I'm gonna ask guys, just sign me to your label, bro.
Yeah, you wouldn't fight him if you had a chance. Like
I ain't gonna make him mad. Yeah, I'm just a nigga ain't gonna make him mad. I was like, all right, that's what's up, Struggle.
yeah.
That's how you end everything. All right, that's what's up, bro.
You got to push me so far and so hard. I don't know. I was going to go meet up with somebody today and catch a fade.
Damn,
Listen, man.
Struggle, why though?
Listen, man, I do really good with catching a little hate on Instagram. I'm okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Everybody got your girl liked my picture too many times, whatever.
Yeah.
I understand. But there was one, and I was like, all right. I seen his little comment, and I go, and we got like 5 or 6 mutual friends.
Yeah.
So if somebody from my city that we got mutual friends, I just hit him first I commented, hey, send me Addy. And I DM'd him and was like, hey, man, let's just catch a friendly fade, man. Like 2 grown men, let's just get it out the way. You think I'm a cornball? Like, let's
get it out the way. Fuck.
Struggle, we too old
Listen,
to be fighting, bro.
I know, man, but it's so hard to let go of.
Yeah.
Man.
It is. It most definitely.
Because it's like, I know I don't need to go meet him.
Yeah.
today.
Yeah.
But
I got time
Today,
today.
damn.
I got
it was-
Tomorrow,
no,
I can do it for today now.
No, it was supposed to be today, but he won't respond back to me now. He was like, pull up on Jefferson Street. Cool. Like, I'm great over there.
Struggle, stop, man.
I'm being a good boy, but it does, man. It's hard,
It is.
being in that limelight, coming from where we came from,
For sure.
and I want to be a pinnacle. I want to be a pillar for the community, and I preach change, but I'm still a man, and that's something I tell them guys in prison. Like, look, there's some things that you're gonna have to really fight to get it to overcome.
How
that
do
dog
you
will
get past
still be
that?
in you.
So let's ask that
I
question.
came here instead.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
You know what I mean?
But I gotta ask you this though,
Fuck Jay,
on a serious note, is how do you balance that? Because we come from an era where our mind frame is saying, all right, send the addy then. What's up? You got something to say, what's up?
Yeah, like,
but you are now.
Also, I also know he could sue me. I also know that
Exactly.
he could pull up the day of a good friendly fade ain't always there anymore. Everybody want to, play with guns and stuff. And so, no telling what I'd be walking into. And of course, I got great brothers like Rel and Jerry G that were like, "Oh, you're not going by yourself." And I'm like, "Yeah, no, I'm just going to slide solo." And they're like, "No, you're not, bro." Like,
for sure.
We're going to be really mad at you if you call us and tell us that you went pulled up over there and fought that guy. You know what I mean?
No,
That's a fact.
And so
shout out here, Real and
yeah.
them, man, because that's some real. That's real.
So I got great brothers that are there when big bro's acting like a little bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When I'm being stupid, I'm out of pocket.
Yeah.
And because we got to remember, like, we've already done that. I don't got to prove nothing to nobody, but it's still, we got that dog.
No, most
we're
definitely.
men, right?
Yeah,
so
most
men,
definitely.
it's hard for us men sometimes, but I'm able to show that and give that testimony. Like, I'll talk about it this week when I go into prison, and be like, look, I almost pulled up on the guy this week. Like, I ain't got it all figured out, but I'm making the right decisions each day to not come back here.
For sure.
You're growing. Like you're growing,
every day.
bro.
And no matter how much we grow and how big we get or how whatever, there's still room for improvement every day.
Nah, that's dope, bro.
Because you know what I love about that, man, is because like the streets or wherever our background and where we come from, it teaches us different type of morals, bro. But as we get older, like, come on, bro, we're in our 40s now.
Yeah.
So now it's like, man, we can't keep doing the same thing we was doing in our 20s.
Yeah, no,
But
for
it's
sure.
but it's still hard at times because I understand. I'm 43, right? I'm a hustler. Like, I'm just a hustler, right? And I look at myself when I look on the social media sites, YouTube, when I see guys that I can be like, damn, if I was still hustling, I can get this person on the show, or I can get a bigger production. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, because I know what I can bring to the table. But at times it's very hard because I do straddle.
Yeah.
And
We all do.
And it's
We all
difficult. It's difficult, man, with me, bro.
He brought it up. It's a lot of those irrational ass beliefs that we were taught as a kid. One of the biggest ones I had to break was it's okay to do wrong if you're doing it for the right reason.
That's
right.
I'm hustling because I gotta take care of my kids.
Yeah,
for sure.
or that by any means necessary, feed the fam.
Yeah.
Well, then how was they gonna eat when I'm gone? What are they gonna do when I'm in prison, or when I pull up on somebody and he decide when he see me he don't want to really fight me and he pop my ass? You know what I mean? Like, so it's like we have to combat those morals, and then from there teach that to our kid. Like, I'm gonna be honest with my children tonight. I'm gonna be like, Daddy almost pulled up on somebody.
Yeah.
But, I made that decision to not do that today.
I see you real honest with your kids.
You gotta be, man.
Yeah.
You gotta be, because otherwise they going out into the world blind, right? Sometimes some could say I'm too honest, but it's like,
You need some water.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro,
Hey,
better not
fuck
die,
y'all, man.
bro.
Fuck you, motherfucker.
You better not die, nigga, right here.
I'm finna die in this motherfucker.
Hey, that's dope, though, bro, that you be honest like that, man. Like, listen, bro, me talking to you, I'm gonna make sure, because my son just 2. He finna be 3. This is my first kid.
have fun.
And thank you, bro. Everybody say, hey, bro, you better have fun, man. But I do tell myself, because I'm not gonna say my mom wasn't honest or my dad wasn't honest, but I had to learn from my siblings more.
Yeah.
But
It's our natural instinct to shelter or to protect, right? And you can protect by being honest, right? If I'm trying to shield them and I'm trying to protect them, but I'm gonna make sure that shield is transparent. I'm gonna make sure it's see through because I want them to be able to see what's happening. But they know Daddy got them, right?
Yeah.
But I one thing I learned about being a father, it's not that hard, really, man. You tell them what you've been through. Keep it real with them. Let them know how your decisions affected you, right? And then be there to pick them up when they fall and make their own bad decisions because they gonna do it.
For sure.
Right? But as long as we give them, because if you protect them from everything, they're not gonna know how to handle situations. Like, because of what all my kids have been through, I don't think I'm gonna have a child that gets addicted to a drug like most of my family.
For sure.
Because they've lost their mother. They've seen me go to prison for drugs. They've watched all this firsthand. And I'm super honest about, hey, look, y'all don't get to do all the cool shit we did and try these different drugs because now you take the wrong pill, you dead.
You dead. No, most
You know,
definitely.
so
Fentanyl.
yeah, but an average parent, one of our parents might have just been like, never told us about drugs
Yeah,
because
most
they didn't
definitely.
want us to know
Yeah,
about it.
for
Instead,
sure.
I want you to know about it. I want you to know the consequences.
Yeah.
I'm
I
like-
had to sneak and watch.
Yeah.
That's the only way I knew what cocaine was.
Yeah.
I supposed to have been asleep, but I'm up. And I'm watching my brother. I'm watching my brother chop crack. I don't even know it's crack.
Yeah.
But I'm knowing he's doing something that I think he don't supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
I can't tell mama.
no, I'm going to go tell mama. No, I'm going to go tell my mama.
Yeah.
How you
Like,
going to
that's how I
tell?
learned how not to.
You was a snitch.
Like that's how I learned how not to tell.
Yeah.
By listening to my brother's music and my brother telling me not to.
Yeah.
After I went and told on him 2 times,
Yeah.
my brother, like, hey man, we don't be telling. But then
What
I'm
did you
listening
tell
to,
your mama?
But I'm also listening to music that's saying don't tell.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like my mom never told. My mom said, you tell everything. You go out with him, you do this.
yeah.
Well, my brother is the one that came and was like, hey man,
Stop.
you don't tell mama I got 2 peoples. You don't
Yeah.
tell mama I'm in here chopping up something like soap. My mama know what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You ain't bringing that shit in my house. But my brother is the one that was honest. Like
Yeah.
you saying, that was open and honest to me. And that what GPS me through life a little bit.
Yeah.
But I do want to do that with my son.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I love my mom for
Yeah.
what you
Yeah.
said,
For
shelter,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
I love my mom for
Yeah.
that. But I do want to be transparent with,
Yeah.
with my son, though.
Make the shield see through.
Let me ask you this though, Struggle. Like, how do you balance that that line? It's a thin line between father and friend. Like, how do you balance that, bro?
Well, it really comes to a point where they just got to become one. You know, you
Speak
got
on that.
you got to make
I
them
like that.
you got to make them understand that, hey, look, when you think I'm being father, you think I'm being hard. No, it's just because I love you and I'm your friend, and I want you to have the best in life. So like when I'm hard on my boys, I'm like, hey man, I know you may think that I'm hard on you, but it's only because I want you to be the best motherfucker out there, man. I want you to be the most respectful. I want your word to mean something. I want your work ethic to be on point. I want you to have manners and morals. I want you to be a real man,
Facts.
you know?
Facts.
And in the same sentence of me telling him that he's doing something wrong, we're going to go hang out because because one of the other points of being a father, right, out of what I just said, probably the number one is you got to be the example.
Yeah.
Right? You got to be the man you would want your sons to be, and you got to be the man you would want your daughters to date.
Man, good shit. In his words, like my co-host always say.
That was hard.
No, that's what I feel like my
was
co-host say. I'm gonna
hard,
tell
bro.
you good shit. I got that from him.
Hard,
So now I wanna let's get into some other good shit right quick, man. Are you deep, man? God dang, man. Shit, we can do 19 hours with you.
I thought we were talking about music.
Yeah,
I thought
so
we came to talk about music.
let's get into this music, bro. Coming home, right? Going through death inside the prison. I heard the story about talking to your daughter.
Yeah.
That was emotional. But coming home and jumping to me, right?
Yeah.
I'm only saying what I saw.
Yep.
Coming home and jumping right back in that spotlight.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that, bro.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, coming home was definitely harder than going in.
Oh, yes.
What you mean by that?
Man, the pressure, you're coming into a new world. Everything that you once knew has changed. It kept moving without you, right? So you got to find your place where you even still fit. When we left, we were the man of the house.
Yeah.
We was the guy in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
We were all this. Well, while we were gone, there were new guys coming.
Yeah.
There was, everybody's moving without us. So we got to come back, find our position. We also, especially me coming, I was gone from 11 to 16. So the whole city had changed.
Yes, most definitely.
Right? Like the West Nashville was not West Nashville
Yeah.
anymore. I saw houses for $700,000 on Cahal. I was like,
Yep.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
that house was a cool 30 when I left.
Yeah, most definitely. I can sell a brick and get this house. You know what I'm saying? Now I need El Chapo number to get this house. Because that's where my daddy bought his first house was on Cahal.
Yeah. But so like, same way you were saying about him, right? I was doing that with Yellow Wolf and Jelly Roll. I was calling from prison like, bro, what city you in today?
Yeah.
What are you doing? And, and Jelly was like, bro, this shit possible, bro. Like, I'm in a van right now, and I'm but I put 100 people in a room last night and made $5,000, and I'm like, damn, like, so, and then Yellow Wolf coming out of his shady deal and starting his own label and stuff, and I had all these people that were around me that were doing pretty good, so I was like, once again, I know it's possible.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm just gonna go all in.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I was working on the documentary still. The same camera that dropped me off the prison picked me back up. Like, we've been filming my life since '08.
Damn.
20 years.
Fire, bro.
18 years. So
I can't remember what TV show I saw you on. Not a TV show. It was a network.
Vice.
Vice.
Yeah,
Look,
yeah.
I'm right here in my mind.
Fresh out of
thinking,
prison.
Bro, I'm in prison.
Yeah.
Look, I'm in prison watching Vice.
Yep.
And I see you.
Yep.
Because, look, I'm not knowing. I'm going to tell you something. I'm not knowing how huge you guys are either. So
Yeah.
I'm going to say that. I don't know. Because in prison, we're following the outside world. But, when we get the phone, we
Yeah.
want social media, we want girls.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I'm
that's
saying?
it.
So when I do call him, I'm calling him now.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, what you doing? Blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, we talk shit. But I'm not knowing the impact that Jelly Roll have, and I'm not knowing the impact that you have at this moment.
Yeah.
But I'm knowing it's big because I'm watching you guys on a premium network channel.
Yeah.
Like, this ain't 4, this ain't 5,
Yeah.
this is Vice. And you gotta have cable to get the Vice.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, they on premium
Cable
TV.
television. Absolutely.
How is that going? Because you out of prison at this time,
Yeah,
right?
I had just got out. I think they had just cut the ankle bracelet off of me, because I had to do the halfway house and all that. And they put an ankle bracelet on me while I was in the halfway house. Because when I got out, started shooting the documentary stuff, and they just started super hating on that. There was a lady in one of the offices that just didn't like me, but we maneuvered. They were going to try to send me back, and said I had veered. Like when I got out, I was supposed to go from there to the halfway house, where I stopped a block away from the halfway house and ate with my kids. First time seeing my kids free.
Oh, that was on your ass.
Yeah.
That was on your ass.
So, but we maneuvered through it and got through it. But so I'm just fresh out and just giving it all I got. I know where I don't want to go back, and I know I can't just get back out hustling. That's what they're expecting me to do. And so many people.
Hell, I thought you was. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, struggle back out. I know struggle back out. Out the hoop.
Somebody gave me his number, so he got the bridge. I don't know. I was calling the struggle. You back? You back doing that bullshit?
That's what I'm saying. Just Jelly talk about the Waffle House, and I'm knowing you like. He finna get back on.
Yeah, man, and it's still like 10 years later, it's still a battle. And I got homies that all the time mess with me like, man, it's hard that is, man. Johnny Socket ever gonna come back out the woodwork? Yeah. I'm like, oh man, not today.
Not today. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm done.
not today.
I like you said that, man, but I do want to ask you like currently, like right now, like what is something that you said Yellow Wolf, right?
Yeah.
What is something that Yellow Wolf told you, bro? He told you maybe back in the day that sticks with you right now in 2020.
It's more or less what he showed me.
All right.
Than what he told me.
What did he show you, bro?
He showed me that it was possible. When I met Yellow Wolf, he had just got canned from a deal with Columbia. He was bouncing around from studio couch to studio couch, you know, and I was there when he was getting the deal with Interscope and then with Shady Records. And, you know, so I was watching it actually happen. And he was super instrumental in giving me my stage presence. You know, like, bro, when you get up on that stage, like, give it everything you got. You leave it all out on that stage.
For sure.
So like my shows are crunk. You know, they're wild.
He jumped off the stage. I saw that. I was there.
I got something here,
Yeah.
not on my phone. I got something on here, but YouTube, man.
Yeah.
Struggle, man.
Yeah.
Struggle doing this thing, bro.
Yeah.
Man, I fucking love that, bro. And
for sure.
Not to keep asking you about other people, but I do have another question about like Jelly Roll. Same question. What is it something that Jelly Roll told you or showed you that helps you right now in 2020?
Because I know you guys close.
Yeah, he slept on my couch for like 4 years. As my guy, we buried probably 15 best friends together. You know what I mean? Like through all different levels of the streets, and watching what he's been able to accomplish. I mean, he's one of the biggest stars on the planet right now.
For sure.
He just won 3 Grammys, and
That's
you know, I'm like beyond immensely proud of him.
I only remember 3 Grammys for the 100. You know what I'm saying? Just watching him. 3
Grammys
for the 100. Yeah.
Yeah, if he don't at least drop one rap song and say that in it again. But you know, and watching both of them, it's kind of like you with your big brother. You know, I even though I felt like I was big bro in the streets to both those guys. What they've done with their careers has been an inspiration and like big brotherish, me being able to watch the mistakes they made, the wins they got, the losses they took. And, you know, if anything Jelly Roll taught me more than anything was just perseverance, you know, and just not caring what other people said, just doing it. Just go. Like, just fucking do it, man. And, you know, I'm super proud of Jelly. I feel like, you know, he keeps reaching these higher pinnacles, and I'm like, I still feel like he's just getting started. But I don't know what else he could fucking do. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, what else can you accomplish at this point? But
WWE.
I know.
When he did SummerSlam, I was like, he always wins.
I said, what the fuck is Jelly?
Yeah, what else?
He got power bombed. Ain't no way. Ain't no way they go pick my ass
I
up.
know. I couldn't have done
They gonna pick you. Hell no. They gonna.
I would have told him I would do it, and then I probably would have just caught Logan with one of them. At the last minute, just.
But shout out to both of you guys, and not both of you guys. Shout out to all 3 of you guys, because like you said, watching, learning, showing is huge, right? And being able to watch the process of one coming out, getting in the deal, right?
Yeah.
Because we're excited when we get in the deal,
but
also coming out of a deal, and not saying, dang, but going studio couch to couch, perfecting this craft, and I'm gonna do this.
Yeah.
Watching someone who you know personally on the couch, both of you guys in the streets thugging, right?
Yeah.
Then you seen you just watching the growth, the evolvement.
Yeah, man, got like 2,000 acres or something. I think at this point he's bought.
Man, you too. No,
he got cows and shit. You know what I mean?
Like about 9 cars in your driveway.
Yeah, I do.
You
got
know what I'm saying? You got the dope boy 96
I know,
you know what I'm saying? Like watching you, I'm watching the spread you did for Thanksgiving. I'm like, nah, bro.
I'm living. You know, and there's times when I battle with that, you know, because Jelly has gotten so big, and it's like, you know, there's moments where I'm like, do I really want all that?
Ooh, talk about
but
that.
Do you? But do you struggle?
I don't know, man.
Hold on, talk about that right there. That's deep.
Yeah, you know, and I'm not comfortable where I'm at. I'm never going to be complacent.
Okay.
I'm going to keep reaching for the sky always. But man, that he has sacrificed a lot to get where he's at, and he's lost a lot of time away from his family and his friends, and I don't. You know, I don't know if I could do that. Just for the simple fact, you know, I've got kids graduating high school and going off to college, and every moment, you know, that man can't walk into a grocery store.
No, hell no.
You know what I mean? Without a security team. Like he doesn't get to enjoy life on that level. Now he can fly to wherever he wants and go on some crazy beach that I can't afford to go to. But like moving around, just that simple life, he's unable to do that. So that's the trade off, right?
That's what I'm finna say.
Struggle, that's
We
what
asked
you
for
want.
that.
That's what you want, struggle. That's what you
Well,
want.
now
One of my favorite
want.
parts of the week is when I get to go grocery shop. Yeah. You know what I mean? And because I mob through the grocery store by myself.
Yeah.
With a little list. My kids done told me what they want. I know what I'm a meal prep for the week. You know what I mean? I like doing that. I like to be able to pull up on after hours with rail.
But you can lose.
You can lose it that fast.
That fast.
You know, like I like to pull up after hours and pop up on rail and him tell me, struggle, get up out of here, bro. You can't be in here all night like this.
Man, shout out to Fred.
I like that though.
Yeah. He my brother. He protective. He protective.
Yeah, I want somebody to tell me.
I ain't gonna lie.
Why are you
That
here?
was my next phone call to get you.
Yeah.
Look, when we was at Spin Deck, and I was like, all right. In my mind, I said, okay, if I got to, I'm calling Hell Real. He's like, hey, Real, you know your homie, Chase Street.
Yeah. Tatted right there, man. That tattoo's probably 18 years old.
Nah, for sure, man.
That's fire, bro.
But I want to go back on that though. As an artist, right?
Mm-hmm.
We won't. It's like us, right? I remember starting, just saying, I just want a couple of people, right, to recognize us. And now,
a lot of times we say that out of fear of failure too.
Yeah.
It's like when I was first losing weight, I was like, man, I don't really care about if I ever get abs. I just want to look good, you know. But then once you start losing that weight, you're like, oh, no, I need to get rid of this belly too.
Yeah.
You know, we say things, we set ourselves limitations due to fear of failure.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't ever want to say I don't want what Jelly has.
Yeah.
Because I could be saying that out of fear of knowing I may never get that big,
Mm-hmm.
right? But I really do love my life. And I really am thankful and grateful for the fact that I can move around in my community, you know? And, but of course, I'm not going to ever stop shooting for that.
Yeah, I was like, bro, when you walked in and spin that thing, man, everybody was like, look, I seen heads do just like it.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't get like how we looked at Drummer Boy. Hold on, boo. How we looked at Drummer Boy when Drummer Boy came in, bro. Everybody stopped, even like Sonny. You know what I'm saying? Everybody like it. Oh, I go struggle.
Yeah.
I go struggle. Everybody around me like I go struggle. Oh, hey, you ain't had struggle on the show yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, bro, you do move those heads, but I'm speaking to sacrifice. Like the sacrifice that you do gotta take. Like name a couple of sacrifices that you have to take to actually be struggle.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, there's a lot. There's a lot of time away from my family.
Because artists don't get this, bro.
Yeah.
Artists in the car
like
smoking
that.
weed saying this. I can't wait till we get big, but they're not talking about the sacrifice.
You know,
to get to this.
One of the things that I just had to tell God the other day, I said, man, God forgive me because everything I'm complaining about, I prayed for. You know what I mean? Like we do. We sit there.
Taylor don't do like this when he lives. I got about 50 clips.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, we sit there and we say, oh, we want this. I want this. I can't wait till and then a lot goes into that, man.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of sacrifices. You know, I can't, I do get to move around a lot freer than Jelly Roll, but I can't move around
Like that.
Yeah, there's some places I'd love to pull up to. The time away from the family, you know, I look at it, I take care of a lot of people. If I was more selfish, I could, you know, I'd be smacking around town in a Lambo or something, you know, like.
Yeah, for sure.
But I make sacrifices for the different, I make sacrifices as a father. I make sacrifices as a record label because, you know, I take my money and I started a record label to try to help other artists get a platform and chase their dream. Because my goal was like, if I could just get them halfway to where I'm at, to where they self-sustained and independent,
that'd be good.
Because the one sacrifice I probably wouldn't take is I don't think that I would sign a major label deal. And it's really hard to take it anywhere past, you know.
Once out the independent is this.
Yeah. Like we've got our ceiling independently. Now I don't want to call it a ceiling because any one person could break through that ceiling at any time, you know. But there are limitations as far as like radio. Radio's expensive, you know, especially when you're leaning into the country lane. It's $1 million bottom end to get a song to number one on country radio is what you're going to spend.
Well, let me ask you this though, Struggle, because I like what you just said. Like you said that you're gonna make sure that you're independent. You're gonna, you're gonna do whatever you got to do to make
stay
sure to stay independent, bro. But like, why are you so headstrong on staying independent, bro?
If I found the right deal, I would maybe change that. The normal record label deal, say I sign a deal, it's 80-20, 80 their way, 20 mine. That's average. A lot of times it's less than that.
That's a nasty number.
That's all live, but that's game.
20, but I understand.
Then they give me $250,000, right? $500,000, and they spend $500,000 on my album. They take $1 million to radio. Say they spent $2.5 million on me. That recoups out of my 20%.
And then
that means
you get paid
after it makes 12.5 million just to pay back my 2.5. It's got to make 12.5 for me to break even.
Yeah.
Right. And then not to mention they've got you tied into all these contracts and, you got to go where they want you to go. And then if sometimes they don't let you be you. Like I had a bunch of deals on the table, and one of the things they told me to do the most was like, well, if you could tone down a little bit, or if you could, you're a little rough around the edges.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. It's like, I thought I did tone down when I ain't punched nobody in 2 years. Right?
But that's what that means. You do look aggressive. I mean, I'm just saying, like when
I want to ask you, Leno, what does that mean?
I'm telling you,
if somebody wrote in your contract said, "Hey, Leno, just tone down a little."
Well,
bit.
I have artists tell me that now.
What does that mean?
And
like they told you, Leno, you can't talk about prison anymore.
Yeah.
Who you reaching?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Who
I
reaching?
had artists because my dialogue on Leno's point of view, I aim at artists a lot, right? And some of my takes can be harsh. Some of my takes is positive. Now, when they say my takes is harsh, it's because I might say, hey, artists got to stop being sensitive. You got to allow somebody else to have an ear to listen to your music to say, hey,
100%.
this, right?
Tone that down. A label gonna say tone that down.
But a lot of artists, I had an artist.
Label will say, sing this song.
Yeah.
And you singing that? I ain't doing Miss New Booty. You know what I mean? Like, Now I love Bubba.
Shout out to Bubba.
Yeah, there wasn't no shot at Bubba.
No, I know what you're saying.
I've toured a bunch with Bubba, and Bubba, I love Bubba.
Coming on the show, man. Bubba hit me a couple of times in the DM.
He's got an incredible story.
Yeah.
But I've watched him because of Miss New Booty. He hates that song.
I know.
Damn.
He hates it. But they'll book him. They'll give him $5,000-$10,000 to come to a strip club. Exactly.
That's what we want.
And that's one thing that I've tried to steer clear of is I don't want to, because you never know what song they.
Yeah, I'm finna say you never.
So if you singing anything that ain't you and that you don't think you want to sing in 20 years, don't even sing it. Like keep that shit all the way you 100%.
But don't you need a record to follow you? Because I always speak it out.
Oh yeah,
like
just make sure it's something that is true to you.
Even though he don't probably like that song. Yeah, that is a record.
Oh,
that's
going
to follow him
forever.
And that is forever.
Hold on, what you said like that? So you said
you need a record to follow
even if he don't like it, he should continue.
I'm pretty sure Buck is tired of performing "Shorty Wanna Ride."
Yeah,
but that is a record that's going to follow him.
But "Shorty Wanna Ride" was probably true to him. He can still he can, even though he's tired of singing it, he can still dissect the lyrics and go, yeah, I'd still write that today.
Yeah, I still fuck.
Oh, I get what I get what you're saying.
No, he's saying he's
looking at
Struggle is saying
I see that.
Sparks, like Miss New Booty was probably all the way left field.
Because he had so many better things he wanted to say. Like as artists, we want to be remembered for the real shit, right? Like the look into our real life or a song where we're really saying something. But of course, it's always the corny, catchy thing that catches everybody's ear.
So Booty real big.
So that's what I'm about to ask you. So that's what I'm about to ask you. As an artist, right, and an elite artist like yourself, when you are in these labels and you are in these meetings and you present your records, the records that you say, hey, this is what I think, they can go against that.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I'm independent. I got a distribution deal, a distribution company that I give the music to, and they distribute it. And, take their little cut. I just sent them a record. The next country album I got coming out, 19 songs.
For sure.
The song that they picked, I'm like, what? They're like, well, we think this should be your lead single, and I'm like, where did y'all get that out? Like that's maybe one of my least favorite songs on the album. The one they picked.
Like it,
but they love it, right? So I'm not going to make it the single because I don't have to because I'm not signed to a label. But
you taking into consideration though, right? Sometimes,
100%.
Okay.
But I'm not just from one person though. You know, like,
Yeah, for
like
sure.
record comes out in March.
Cause you on Big Boy Tour in March,
Yeah,
right?
March, April, May.
I gotta ask you this, your struggle, because I ain't gonna lie, bro. I have like footage on you, and I've been to your shows before, bro. You wasn't, because you just described this new album as country.
Yeah.
You wasn't doing country at first, struggle.
No,
Right.
hell no, no. And I'm not
Right.
just doing country now.
Okay.
No, I'm a rapper through and through. You know, and
That album out now, I ain't gonna lie, that Young Struggle.
yeah,
You
yeah,
brought
it's
me
fun.
back, bro. You
That's
brought me
fun.
back, homie.
Let me
That's
ask you
fine.
this though, Struggle. Like, why did it change? Because if I had Jelly sitting right here, I would ask him this, bro. I know you from beating on the tables,
Yeah,
freestyling in
100%.
the lunchroom.
For sure.
100%.
What made you go from rap to country?
So I was always the first. I was like the first one to mix country and rap, right?
Okay, let's talk. Okay.
Like 02, 03, I started sampling. Me and Keon, a battle rapper and producer out of North Nashville, Skates.
Yeah.
Shout out Skate.
Yeah, he started taking my grandpa's albums, and we were sampling those, right? Because we had already sampled every Al Green and Marvin Gaye song and Isley Brothers, right? They were all sampled out, and I was like, man, my grandpa was talking about police kicking in the door and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like let's sample
Good
some of that
story,
shit.
though. Yeah.
Let's sample some of that, and then. So like I recorded Outlaw shit in 2008, but everybody was like, "Oh man, you can't drop that, man. That's going to be career suicide mixing the country and the rap. It'll never work." And so I put that song on the back burner, finished the record I was doing with Drummer Boy in Atlanta, put that song on the back burner. Well, then I lost the little deal and situation that I had. All the stuff I had done with drum, I just threw a bunch of other songs that I cut in between, threw it out as a mixtape, and I still had that song Outlaw shit. And I was like, man, you know what? I want to go in and recreate this and do a whole country rap album and just sample a bunch of my grandpa's songs. I did it, then I went to prison. And then when I dropped that, I dropped the song the day I got arrested. I dropped the video and the song, the Outlaw shit. And so I'm sitting in prison watching this song just take off. I mean, it's at like 80 million views. It's double platinum now.
Damn.
So I'm watching this song take off, and I'm like, man, and I had recorded a whole album that was kind of like that. So I released that while I was in prison. By the time I get home from prison, there's a whole new country rap lane.
Yeah, for sure.
But I didn't do it like trying to
No, you
change
didn't.
the lane.
You wasn't following the trend.
I was doing a concept project. I was like, I want to do a whole album of sampling my grandfather's records, and to keep it authentic, I'm gonna bring in real steel guitar players. I'm gonna bring in real fiddle
It's
players.
02, bro.
This is 08.
Oh,
Right.
that's
But
long.
I had already released a bunch of songs on mixtapes that were like mixing the rap and the country using my grandpa's stuff. But so drop that and it becomes a whole genre. So then I
most
come
definitely.
home and there's like thousands of country rappers.
Yeah.
So I jump right back into it doing the country rap. Well, as I get older, right, our music still, our taste changed. Like I don't listen to new rap. I still listen to Tupac and I listen to old
for
rap.
sure.
Rap.
And I listen to old rap and old country, and you know, I'll find some new songs that I like every once in a while. I listen to 90s R&B, I listen to 90s country, I listen to 90s rap. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure.
some early 2000s rap, right? But and I would say on a scale of newer music, I listen to probably some newer country more than I do some of the newer rap. Depends. Like Kevin Gates, I love.
Yeah,
Gates.
that's me.
There's a handful of artists that have.
You look like you like Pooh Shiesty. You're a Pooh
Yeah,
Shiesty
I fuck with Pooh Shiesty.
type of
I-
Kodak Black.
Hey, I seen you do. I want to speak on something right quick, man. I want to give your flowers on something. I seen you do something at the showcase, bro. And I remember I jumped on the phone. I was telling one of my homeboys. I was like, bro, this dude didn't win. And as I tell you the story, you're gonna remember his name because I don't want to say it. I don't know his name, but I'm gonna let you say his name. This is when me and you did the quick question, and me and you stepped outside right quick. But when we stepped outside, one of your homeboys, I can't remember the little skin white guy, him and his wife was right there.
Yep.
And I remember you just looked at him and you said, hey man, Sonny said he finna mess with you.
Yeah.
We're gonna go down to Florida, we're gonna record. Just know you good, bro.
Yeah.
Don't worry about not winning the showcase.
Yeah.
You got talent. And I seen his eyes, bro. He was like, like the showcase didn't even matter no more. You telling him this matter. You know what I'm saying?
No, for sure. For sure. And I hope that happens. You know what I mean? Because like Sonny was excited about it. Sonny's
he was
excited about it. And I told that kid, and then of course that kid like hit me like asking me questions like, well, you know, people tell me don't sign this. I'm like, listen, man, you're not gonna sign nothing. I'm not gonna let nobody get into a bad situation. You know what I mean? Like not while I'm there. And so I hope that works out because that kid, he's got a talent. But you know, one of my best friends was on the showcase.
100.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
you know,
we talk.
And so, you know, it was a good chance for me to be able to be like, look, man, learn from this because he didn't win anything either. But in my opinion, musically, the songs he has, the songs he's got in the cut right now, some of the best rap I've heard in years. His bars, his delivery, his voice.
As soon as he followed me, I went to his page and I listened. But I also got him from You Put Me On Him. But when you put me on him that night, I was like, nah, I think I see him on a podcast sometimes. And I went back and Squint, I homie Squint, put me back on him too. And I was like, oh no, I do like 100. That's his name 100, right? I do like 100. 100 can rap. Chad Arms can rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I do like how you did that. I was like, damn, man, you don't see elite artists. It's a quick gift game.
Yeah.
All right, man. Make sure, bro, I love what you're doing. Keep going. And then you going out your, out your way. I mean, you got a security guard. I said, big, man.
Hey, but I want to piggyback off something because y'all said something that really caught my ear.
Okay, go ahead.
Real quick.
And then I'm gonna answer that other question.
Oh no, what's the question? Go ahead.
No, because you were asking me about the country thing, and it's like you know, taste kind of change. Like I want to do this till I'm 95. I don't know that I can sit up there and rap at 80. You know what I mean?
But why though? Why is rap the only genre? Like Bruce Springsteen is still on fucking tour, bro.
I know why. I don't know why. Is it the fans?
Why is Cool Daddy Fresh not on a worldwide tour right now?
Well, you gonna have to get the Miss New Booty kind of song, song that you don't want.
But it's not. It's still not gonna be a world tour. Like Bruce Springsteen come to Nashville. He gets the fucking arena. He gets the arena, bro.
And he can't even sing no more.
Bubba Sparks comes to Nashville. He gets fucking Club 88.
Yeah. I think Jay-Z gonna be able to still get the arena.
You think so?
Probably so.
You think
Probably so, yeah. I think Lil Wayne can do it.
Yeah. But I still want to ask you though, Struggle. Like why?
Yeah, and I love country. I don't know. I don't know if it's the fans. I don't know if it's because the consumer is always looking for the next, because it's like that in pop too. You ain't gonna see no old pop star lady. She's gonna have to change lanes.
Britney Spears can't sell out the arena.
No, she'd have to switch to like Americana or something and start singing slower songs.
Other people with her.
Yeah. So it's I think it might be like an age thing. I think maybe the rap consumer's always looking for that young, fresh face.
And country, and country to me was always country for me.
And in country, you can be old.
Yeah, that's what
you can be old with a gray beard, and the young consumer's still gonna listen to.
Yeah, Dolly Parton right there can get on TV and say, "I'm dropping."
Dolly Parton does the fucking music note drop on New Year's Eve.
And she 84 or something.
We just had New Year's Eve. Like, no, we was there.
Yeah, for sure.
We went to see Dolly Parton.
I tell people
like
I love
20
to go see that.
Fucking what was that? Like
14, 15, one of them.
Yeah.
2014, 15. Dolly Parton had hits in the early 90s and late 80s.
Yeah.
And we went to see Dolly Parton perform with the music note drop on New Year's Eve, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this is the shit that we're talking about, bro.
Yeah.
Like I keep saying, Bruce Springsteen, Garth Brooks.
Yep.
I ain't seen Garth Brooks in ages, but I know he can sell out this arena. He can sell out that arena.
And I love country music too. You know, like growing up as a kid, I didn't really fool with country, but I can think of country songs that like my uncles.
Yeah, but you
was
have
playing.
background for it though, with your uncle and family.
That I can remember them being big songs in my life, like "Don't Take the Girl." We skating at the skating rink. I think I might have got like one of my first kisses or something to that song, that country song in 1991. Yeah, at the skating rink. You know what I mean?
Man,
like,
this is shit with you. Man.
So it's like, I've always had a heart for country music, and I love old school country. So I was like, man, you know, I already reached a point in my rap career to where, of course, I wasn't as big as I could be, but I was like, I've perfected what I do.
Yeah.
I want to see if I can sing. And I can't really sing, but I know if I work hard enough, I'm going to be able to sing. And I just started going at it. And it was almost like standing on top of a mountain and looking at another mountain and go, I want to climb down and climb back up that hill.
Not for sure.
Because the beauty is in the climb. The real beauty is in the journey. When you get to the top of something, if you just sit there, you lose sight. It's like, I love the climb. I love the hard shit. I love the falls and the if I was doing something easy, I'd get bored.
No, for sure.
You know what I mean? Like,
that's me.
Like we were born in chaos, right?
Yeah.
And so it's like you gotta have
kind of need a little bit of that.
you gotta have that healthy chaos. Man.
Yeah, I need a little bit of that.
That's why like I don't really do the whole balance thing when people are like, oh, you gotta find balance. No, you don't. When you're being a dad, you be a fucking dad 100%. When you're doing your music thing, do music 100%. When you working out, work out 100%. You know, you gotta it's kind of like instead of like looking at balance, like, okay, well, I need to do a little less of this and do a little more of this. No, you just need to fucking turn all of it up.
Man.
Take the EQ thing, turn the treble, the mids, the bass, just turn them all fucking.
Turn them all up.
Yeah.
Like, boom. You see that? Hey, listen, man, that's dope.
I ain't gonna lie, man. What are the similarities that you see? Because you did rap. Now you're doing country.
Rap and country.
Any similarities? That you see?
Oh yeah. Well, to me, rap and country are the two genres that are just about telling your story.
Yeah, for sure.
And that the people that listen to your music, now there's a bunch of whack shit in both genres, right? That's not about that. But hip hop and country music were both founded on the tales of the average person. You know what I mean? And like them telling their story and people listening to it because they felt like they had a voice.
Yes, most definitely.
You know what I mean? Like that's what hip hop was to me. When I first heard hip hop when I was a kid, I'm like,
He's talking to me.
Yeah,
he's talking to me.
I'm not black, but I got an attitude.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
NWA,
No,
I felt like they were, they were rapping for me.
Hell yeah.
Like, you know, as I got older, like UGK, I felt like Pimp C was speaking to my soul.
Yeah.
I felt the way Tupac.
Right?
Yeah, you know, Tupac.
I know you're Tupac.
Yeah, I got it painted real big in the house.
You even got my boy on your neck, John Gotti.
Oh yeah,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to be like John Gotti?
Yeah.
Well, not be like John Gotti, but
really
John
like
Gotti
that?
had a lot of good core values that he stuck.
What? Give me name me two.
Don't roll.
Yeah.
Don't roll on nobody. He said my cousin Vinny. He said my cousin Vinny.
Yeah.
He got 120 years, man. He never rolled on nobody.
Yeah.
And that make you understand. Like when he said that, I was like, damn, he right.
Yeah.
Hey man, good shit, man. Let me tell you something.
One more. You know, I gotta. I know we gotta go.
No more.
I know we gotta go. Bro. Last one, bro. I see that wedding ring on your finger, bro.
For sure.
For real, bro. If you could give,
I can't even.
yeah, shining, man. Like, if you can, bro, like speak about the wifey, man.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? What is marriage and relationship? Like, what does that mean to you, though?
Yeah,
Struggle?
Man, it's having somebody that you can go to every night. You regardless what the world throws at you, you know that person's got your back unconditionally.
That's how I feel.
You know, and it's like whatever we got to face today, we're gonna face it together. You know, and
that's what's up.
It's a special bond, you know, and it means a lot. You know, my wife helped me get my kids out of foster care and rebuild my life when a lot of people had gave up on me. You know, coming fresh home from prison and had everything stacked against me, and she was one that was willing to stand there before I was making $1. Fresh home from prison.
Was she there
nothing to offer.
before prison?
We had been best friends.
They said, but
never romantically, you know, and so it's like having that person to know that like, man, the world can shit on me tomorrow, man, but that wife and them kids, they gonna be there and they gonna love me. And I ain't never gonna be alone again. You know what I mean? And now we're having another kid. So I'm 45, about to have my 8th kid.
That's me. I'm 40. That's me.
You're gonna be 55 at the baseball game.
That's why I gotta stay in good shape.
No,
You gotta keep y'all dick in y'all pants, bro.
It's a difference for him. He can be 55 at the baseball game, but
Yeah.
he's an elite artist.
But what about you though? You
Look at the podcast. Look at the podcast.
No, it just, you know what it motivated me to do? Cause I was thinking, I was like, damn, I'm gonna be 64 when this baby graduate,
Fact.
Yeah.
and they're gonna be like, "Oh, is that your grandpa?"
Yep.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be the grandpa that they ain't asking that, because I'm gonna walk in jacked, big white beard. By then I'll buy that. I'll be like, fuck everybody and buy that Lambo.
Yep.
So I'll be.
They gonna know who you is anyway. So
Yeah.
you gonna be cool parents.
You know why I
You gonna
love
be
it.
cool parents.
Like, no, you know my parents, bro. Them kids
That
used
was
to say,
100.
yo, kids used to say, that's your grandmama. Ain't it? Like, no, nigga, that's my mama.
Yeah.
They say, my sister, they say, that's your mama. No, nigga, that's my sister.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
do my son like that. I feel like I'm gonna have to
when
be the
I was
coolest
born,
dad.
when I was born, my mom was 41, my pops was 43.
Yeah.
And like you niggas
Damn,
are the
that's
same.
me. I'm
Yeah.
Y'all are the same. Y'all are my parents, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be looking cool though.
Yeah.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Shout out.
That's it. We just gotta stay young. We just gotta stay cool for it.
Cool. The podcast gonna be the biggest in the
You
world.
can't wear the hat. You can't wear the hat to the baseball game. You can't wear the hat like that.
I'm gonna pull up in it.
Yeah, I think he in the Lambo. He
Yeah.
said by this time he gonna say fuck everybody.
He
He in
gonna
the
fuck the
Lambo.
mama.
Yeah, I'm
He
a-
gonna be fucking all the mama.
Nah, he got a wife. He ain't
Little
gonna be
Jacob,
doing that.
little Jacob's mama wanna fuck struggle at the baseball game. It's crazy.
She 25. I'm 60.
Yeah, let's go. No, but good shit though, bro. Listen, man, congratulations on all the success,
shit.
bro.
Likewise, man.
I
Watching someone like you come from the trenches, bro. Come from the streets, the hardcore streets, right?
Yeah.
Not the corporate streets.
Yeah.
The real streets where the east, the west Nashville, east Nashville, and you knowing us coming from prison.
Yeah.
And coming home and reaching heights that we only dream about, bro. I tell people a lot of times in prison is easy. It's easy because you have idle time.
Yeah.
And like you said, the most difficult thing about prison is getting out.
Yeah.
And doing what you say you're gonna do. Like we
Yeah.
was talking about the compliment.
Because we got all the plans.
You got all the plans in there.
Got all
I
the
tell people
plans.
you write movies,
Yeah.
you write books in there, but when I see people come home and I back introducing them, seeing them, I always say, hey bro, I mean you wrote a movie, what happened?
Yeah.
And life, right? They back hustling, or they don't want to. There's no more idle time for them.
Yeah.
So they, man, look at what. You know
One of
what
my main reasons for going back into the prisons is to let them know, don't let go of that. Like, a lot of doors are going to shut in your face. A lot of people are going to tell you no. There's going to be a lot of times when you think that it was just a dream when you were sitting in that prison cell, but it is possible. I am showing you it is
No,
possible.
most definitely, bro. Most definitely.
My kids were in foster care. I've lost damn near everybody I've ever loved. I've had a #1 record and then been flat broke the next year trying to, overspend, trying to build something else. And, so it's like there's so many ups and downs, but as long as you fall in love with that journey and you just don't give up. I tell them all the time, the game is not over till the buzzer ring.
For sure.
You have not lost the game till the game's over.
Yeah.
You can be down 100 points. Keep shooting.
Yeah, for sure. So y'all already know, man. Look, I got to get in my MLK bag. This is what my friends say, man. It's not my MLK bag. It's just my.
It's
outro.
Black History. It's Black History Month too.
It's just my outros. But I'm gonna do this. Like I said, coming from the bottom and going to the top is not something that is done overnight. It's not something that is done just by you thinking. It's by sacrifices, like we talked about, perseverance. It's talking about getting ahead and remembering who you are. Do not let a negative situation dictate how you're going to go in the future. Always remember something, just like our brother Struggle said. Don't let that go. Understand what you're doing. Work hard and continue to grow, man. Most definitely, this was a much needed conversation that we needed, bro.
Facts, bro.
I needed someone who know how it feels to be locked down at 9,
Yeah.
to come home and reach those heights that you have reached, because now people that can see us can say that is possible.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? So like I said, shout out,
Jail
man.
homies.
Yeah, well, not just jail homies. We like to do it. Not just jail homies, but homies that most definitely came home and did great, bro.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
Listen, man, this your boy. Y'all already know what I'm gonna say, man. I got 2 things to say, man. Get money, stay true, get money.
And
Let's go.
listen, family, if nobody told you today that they love you, let me be the very first person to tell you that I love you. I love you. I love you, man.
Peace.